What is up, guys? Today I have a new video for you that I'm really excited about. The gaming studio Hi-Rez created their take on Battle Royale called Royale, and that's named accordingly, and it just dropped on PS4, and this is a game that I've actually been waiting for a long time. I'll keep this intro relatively short and let the gameplay speak for itself, but before I start the footage, I just wanted to give a quick shout out to my sister Elizabeth. She designed the logo for my YouTube channel, and she somehow knew exactly what I wanted even with the vague description I gave her. I absolutely have no talent when it comes to design graphics, so she helped a lot there. And without further ado, let's get into Realm Royale. Alright guys, as you can see on the first screen, Realm Royale does have a battle pass, and just an FYI for you guys, it is free right now for all PS Plus members. While it may not be as developed as Fortnite's, I will say that progress in Realm Royale goes more towards your character stats rather than cosmetics. Now this is interesting because yes, there are some game altering components to this progression system. It's small things like cooldowns on abilities, increased healing with potions, and small buffs of that nature. I'll try to explain the progression more in future videos when I have a better grasp on the game, but as of now, I'm still kind of trying to understand everything. Past that, there are four main classes that you saw. There is the warrior, the hunter, the assassin, and the mage. And really the largest distinctions come down to the buffs that I was talking about earlier. Another thing classes affect is which weapons your character can make at the forge. And yes, there is crafting in this game, and you'll get a look at it in a little bit here. But if you are a warrior, you make swords that do heavy damage in close quarters, or you can even make axes that you throw at people. If you're a hunter, you make bow weapons, assassins make snipers, and mages make spell staffs. The class also determines your starting ability, but what's nice about this game is that you aren't stuck to that ability. Both your primary and secondaries are interchangeable if you find them in chests. That brings me to my next point. The chests are great in this game. In many Battle Royale games, if you land directly next to someone at the very beginning of the match, and if they open the chest first, you can pretty much just consider your round over. However, in Realm Royale, multiple people can open the same chest, so if someone gets there before you, you still have a chance to grab a gun and win the fight. And right here is where you finally get to see some actual shooting gameplay. I find this guy over here in the distance. I don't really have that many great range weapons as they are fully automatics, but for some reason I decided to use this submachine gun. You can see that it actually ticks pretty well from distance. I also want to note that flying ability, as you can see I'm playing the mage class and her primary ability is soaring. So that means that I did receive, I think, a 10% longer buff time on the soaring as well as a 10% cooldown after I use it. Also here you see I got him in this chicken stage, and the chicken stage is what really makes this game unique because there's no reviving your teammates, which is kind of nice because that means that your game isn't over if you die in single player. Basically the way it works, you get 3 chicken lives is what I'll refer them to as because I'm not sure what exactly to call them, but basically you get 3 chicken lives per game, which means if you get killed you go into the chicken stage and you run around. If you can survive the I think 15-second revive time, if you can survive that, then you do respawn with half health, and that's where it gets interesting. It's kind of annoying because you can kind of farm kills on someone because they spawn automatically with half health. And here's where you finally get to see where you can craft in this game. So I didn't explain earlier, but whenever you open chests and you find something that you don't like, in Fortnite, unfortunately you just leave it there and it's kind of just a waste. But in this game, every single loot that you come across is useful because you disenchant it for parts that you can use at the forge here. There's a lot of different things that you can make. One of the things I always make at first is a legendary weapon. As you can see, the mage, you'll see it actually slowed down with some actual gameplay here in a second, but you can basically create all your legendary weapons, and I discuss which weapons are for which class, but you can also make armor potions, health potions, rune special abilities, movement buffs, basically anything like that. And what makes it nice is you can only construct each item once a game. So on one hand, I wish that they would kind of increase it for armor stats, or for armor potions, but for the magical weapons, I totally get it, because if you could just keep on creating legendary weapons until you get a gold one, that's kind of overpowered. I will have to say, overall, I completely love Realm Royale. Honestly, it is a nice switch up from Fortnite, and even though I don't really play Fortnite that much anymore, I think Realm Royale has potential to really, really grow. Fortnite nowadays, I don't mean to completely bash it, but the build gods on that game kind of drive me crazy. You know, every time you get an early shot on someone, they can just turn around, spam build, and then all of a sudden you don't even have a clear shot at all. In this game, there is no building like that, although you can find protection behind rocks, so you kind of see here. The combat's just a little bit more open, and you also can see here your first look at the chicken stage. You run around with some strength, or with some good speed actually, and the timer, you wait for it basically just to reset to 0, and that's when you pop back up. I do think that there does need to be some adjustments made regarding the chicken stage, just because their movement speed is faster than the normal characters. So if you kill someone in a building, they can just run around until they respawn, just because they can just keep on cutting corners, and it's pretty annoying to chase them just because you're not fast enough. If you are playing mage though, you do have the special ability to soar, and that kind of helps chasing down people. But I think you'll see later on in gameplay that the chicken stage can be a little OP and draw fights out way too long. For example, I was fighting someone and I had to chase them for all 3 of their chicken lives because they just kept on respawning and I couldn't catch up to them as they have the faster movement speed. To be completely honest, I might have found a temporary niche community for this YouTube channel right now. I really enjoy playing this game, as it's a breath of fresh air for all battle royales. In my opinion, it's not as obnoxious as Fortnite, yet it's not so bare bones realistic as PUBG or Call of Duty's Blackout. And the gameplay that you're seeing now is from my second ever game, and I think I ended up with about 8 kills or so. And honestly, I'll just save you the boring parts and just let you enjoy some of my first clips.
Have a living room with a big TV, and I'ma still sleep on the couch. I'ma have them like, boy, babe, holy cow, oh my god, wow, boy, babe, holy cow, oh my god, wow. It seems I'm getting fresher every time they turn around like, boy, babe, holy cow, oh my god, wow. Hey, walking out the crib with a smile on my face, superhero utility belt tied around my waist, trying to be next, quicker than the reflex, tanning down in Key West, every class recess, nah, my pocket's deeper than your v-neck, hose up on my dick, cause I look like Ryan Seacrest, I'm buzzing like a bee's nest, stay up out my beeswax, my people like to party, so inform us where the freaks at, living out my dream, people still sleeping, the best night of your life, but we do this every weekend. Life couldn't get better, I hope it lasts forever. When I spit my verse, they gon' remember every letter like day in and day out, we tryna get this cake now. You think you fly, just wait until I pull my cape out. Hey, life is good, don't waste it. We ha, laughing at the looks on their faces. One day I'ma be so rich that I can buy my mom's a house, have a living room with a big TV, and I'ma still sleep on the couch. I'ma have them like, boy, babe, holy cow, oh my god, wow, boy, babe, holy cow, oh my god, wow. It seems I'm getting fresher every time they turn around like, boy, babe, holy cow, oh my god, wow. Hey, they seem surprised with the look that's in their eyes, how I could be myself and do away with the disguise. I advise homies to stay homies, few people you can trust, all the OGs told me when I was just a shoulder, strumming my guitar, playing my piano, had a band in my garage, sitting down with the homies, playing PlayStation, trying to find a crib where the parents on vacation. Hey, why you grilling? Put a smile on your face, bitch. We taking shots all around, getting wasted. Came a long way from freestyling in my basement. Show some love to the people that I came with, cause day in and day out, we tryna get this cake now. You think you fly, just wait until I pull my cape out. Hey, life is good, don't waste it. We ha 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 ha, laughing at the looks on their faces. One day I'ma be so rich that I can buy my mom's a house, have a living room with a big TV, and I'ma still sleep on the couch. I'ma have them like, boy, babe, holy cow, oh my god, wow, boy, babe, holy cow, oh my god, wow. It seems I'm getting fresher every time they turn around like, boy, babe, holy cow, oh my god, wow.
Restoring some health.
And that just about wraps it up for this video. Another cool thing about Realm Royale is that they keep all your stats online. As you can see here, I didn't do too bad for my first couple of games. I think there was one game where I got killed off the drop, but 3.8 kills per round is great in my opinion, given these were the first matches that I ever played. I hope you all enjoyed this video. I worked really hard on it and I'm learning more and more every day. Don't forget, if you want to keep updated with my channel, go ahead and hit that subscribe button and even drop a like, as that helps the video get picked up by YouTube's algorithm. Until next time, cheers.